Hi everyone. Underneath this blanket is the replacement for the Haier HW100 B1439NS8. Now, if you've been keeping an eye on community posts and videos, you'll know that I had the Haier for only about, well, it was less than a day before I decided to make the return, and in total it's been with me for 4 days. That's from Wednesday till Sunday, which is today, hopefully, that you're seeing this. Now, the machine underneath this blanket, I think people won't necessarily be expecting. I know a few people wouldn't be surprised if I got one, but most people probably wouldn't expect it. I do know that it's going to be controversial. I know some people are going to hate it, but I'm not really that bothered, because at the end of the day, it's the machine that I think would be best out of the choices I had at that very moment in time. Because other options I was considering were out of stock. But anyway, without further ado, I will reveal what's underneath here. So, underneath here is a Hisense WFQY 1014 EVJM. Now, not much else to see, but I can give you a closer look. So, there you go. WFQY 1014 EVJM, 10 kilo 1400 spin. There's the inside of the drum, you can't really see that well. Get a brief idea. Right, so let's unbox this thing then. As before, I'll start out with the top. So this has got plastic straps over the top of it, which I'm just going to snip. It's interesting because the Haier didn't have these for whatever reason. Right, let's continue. Sorry about the jump cut, there was a bit of background noise. So, do the same thing I did with the Haier and cut both ends. Oh yes, and you'll also notice this machine is in white. There's a very good reason for that. If you remember what I said about the Haier always having dust fingerprints on it, that's exactly why I didn't go for the titanium one. I do prefer the look of titanium, but I prefer it when a machine doesn't get marks on very easily. There's a completely clear heat shield. I'm very pleased about that actually. I thought it was going to be tinted like the Haier, but it's not. Right. Come on. Right, what have we got here? We got this. Please follow installation guide in the plastic bag to install with 1L noise reduction bottom plate, which these are some interesting accessories. I'll have a look through them in a short while. That looks a lot better than I thought it would actually. I always notice that with machines, they look a lot better when you've actually got them in person than they do in photos. That's a lot quieter than the hair. This feels so much higher quality than the hair. Like, but this is cheaper than the hair, which doesn't really add up. Anyway. Oh, the one on the back's broken, which you can, well, that's useful, which you can just about see from the side. And there's also no, there's no wooden thing across the back, like there is on the front, but that's not too much of a problem. On the top here we've got some information. We've got the energy label there, a table of what do you call it, cycles, which I will briefly look at in a second. Let's take this off somehow. And in here we've got the inlet hose and the drainage thingy-mabob. I forgot what that's called. That's quite a small drum for 10 kilos. Powerful spoon brake. Nice motor sound as well. Right, now I have the task of getting it off of the bottom piece of styrofoam. So I will do that off camera. Right, I've removed the transit bolts off camera because they were extremely stiff, and the rubber and plastic parts were a nightmare to get out. So I'm now going to move the Hisense into position because I'm going to give it a test wash. Well, test rinse slash wash cycle. But first of all, I'll give it a little test spin, and I will film it just as I did with the hair. Right, so I've got it all plumbed in. It's switched on at the wall, so let's turn it on. Oh, it's got a beeper. 3 hours 29 for cotton, that's nice and long. Let's go straight to spin. Defaults to 1000, put it up to 1400. So I'm going to turn that beeper off. So I think you can hold them two to do it. So if I did, yeah, okay, it doesn't beep anymore. I have to say that's quite small for 10 kilos, isn't it? Compared to the LG, it's about, don't even know if it's the same size. Definitely seems like Midia spin programming. Got to frighten the life out of me. That's quite nice though, it does a spin spray. Okay, that will do for that for now. I assume we just turn it off to cancel it. Yeah, right, well, interesting. I'm tempted to put my, see if it will just spin that on its own. I mean, it's dry, so if it rebalances, I'm not going to be very happy. But I can't exchange it really a second time. That's perfectly balanced. Almost. I should do it when it's wet. Then that'll swirl the single item test. See, I think Hail would have rebalanced that. The tub's a bit, the suspension's a bit clicky, but I don't mind. Anyway, enough of that. Right. So, first impressions, pretty decent machine. Midia programming by the looks of it. Anyone who knows Hisense well will tell me if that's correct or wrong. But yeah, other than the surprisingly small drum, everything else seems good. So yeah, I'm hoping it's not going to be too sensitive. So yeah, I'll run it through a quick cycle and then do some washing in it, and then I'll well, I won't necessarily let you know how the results are going. I might leave it for a full cycle video, but anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.